What's up, board gamers? John back here again with another little test track battle report. This one we have the Coliseum of Constructicons here. Just all the Constructicons going against it. I don't know really what else to say here. So we're just going to get right into the battle report. Tonight's episode is a simple affair. You know the rules, I know the rules. The drivers sure as hell know the rules. Well, most of them anyway. Let's activate those gun turrets. Welcome, Earth Wastelanders and Martian citizens, to another episode of Gaslands. Junkyard John here, giving you an eye in the sky. In tonight's episode, we have an explosive event lined up. It's the Arena of Death. All the teams must do tonight is to be the last team standing. Now let's get down to a little bit of the rules for the event. We have pole position at the end of each gear phase. Pole position is passed clockwise to the next player. Vehicles may not respawn this event. And then we have gun turrets. Gun turrets are scattered about the arena, ready to add a bit of excitement. Gun turrets are middleweight destructible obstacles. They may be targeted with shooting attacks and have 4 hull points. Gun turrets automatically make a 2d6 shooting attack, targeting each vehicle that ends their movement step within medium range of the gun turret each phase. Now that's about all there is to know, so let's get down to the garages and check out some teams tonight. Alright, race fans, we're here with another contestant. This one here we have is Bone Crusher. The chassis type is a truck. As far as weapons, it seems they have a front-mounted ram, a front-mounted explosive ram, and a set of tank tracks. As far as perks, they seem to go with Battle Hammer and Grinder Man. Alright, race fans, here with another contestant for the night. This one here is we have Long Haul. The chassis type is a truck. As far as weapons, we have a sludge thrower, caltrop dropper, a mine dropper, and a smoke dropper. And as far as perks, this one has is dead weight and bullet time. Alright, race fans, we're here with another contender for tonight. I'm being told this one here goes by the name High Tower. The chassis type is a truck. Weapons is we just have a wrecking ball. In the perks, we have his Moment of Glory and Taunt. Alright, race fans. Down here with one of our contenders for tonight. I'm being told the name here is Scrapper. The chassis type is a truck. Weapons, we have a ram, front-mounted, a front-mounted heavy machine gun, and a set of armor plating. And as far as perks go, we have Boarding Party and Murder Tractor. Alright, race fans, we're here with another contestant for the night. This one here, we have Mix Master. Chassis type is a truck. As far as weapons, we have a flamethrower, Molotov cocktails, and a napalm dropper. And as far as perks this driver has is just Splashback. Alright, race fans, here with a contestant for the night. This one here we have is Scavenger. The chassis type is a truck. As far as weapons, we have a grabber arm, front-mounted ram, and a machine gun. And as far as perks go, we have Stunt Driver and Hot Start. Alright, Wargamers, we got this table set up for our Arena of Death here today. It's kind of on the thin side, so not much maneuverability. So this is going to be real tight, close combat kind of battle here. We got all 6 contestants stat carded up with pole position ready to go. So let's just get right into this battle here. Alright, I think what we're going to do here is we're starting here pole position with High Tower. What High Tower is going to do here is we're just going to do a sweet medium churn. We get a free shift from the template. High Tower is a truck, so we have 2 handling. So we're just going to go ahead and roll 2 handling here. Got a slide, 2 shifts. We're gonna do is we're gonna I think we're just gonna cancel out the slide here. We'll take the shift, come over here. Gonna go up to gear 3, take a hazard. Alright, so we went up to gear 2, took a hazard, and I do not believe Hightower has any weapons in range. We do not. So no weapons in range here. So I believe that does it for Hightower. Alright, up next here we have his Bone Crusher. So Bone Crusher is just going to do a gentle churn. We get 1 free shift from the template and 2 handling here. I think we're going to do triple shift. So we're going to triple shift, move over to here. Alright, Bone Crusher here is gear 3 now with 3 hazards. Due to he has tank track, so his max gear is 3 now. But he gets that extra handling out of it. And then Bone Crusher here is mostly a melee vehicle, but we got pistols, so let's see. No, not even close to being in range. So I think that will do it for Bone Crusher. Alright, up next here we have his Mixmaster. And Mixmaster is going to do a gentle churn as well, with a free shift from the template, 2 shift dice. We're going to cancel this. We'll keep the shift. So we're going to go up like this. Then Mixmaster here has quite a few weapons. We'll see what's in range here. Let's see. Flamethrower out of range by quite a bit. Pistols just barely not touching. Alright, so I think that will do it for Mixmaster. Alright, up next over here is we have Scavenger. Scavenger is going to do a regular churn here. Try to get that ram into position. We get a shift from the free template. 2 shift dice. We're going to triple shift to really beef up the speed here. So we're going to go here. Alright, so Scavenger here is up to gear 4 with 3 hazards. Alright, Scavenger here has got a whole range of weapons. So what we're gonna sprinkle around, I think. We're gonna do the handgun and grabber arm here on Bone Crusher. And we're gonna do the HMG here on Mixmaster. So we're gonna do HMG first. Doing 2 crits and a hit. Mixmaster's in gear 2. Blocking nothing, so Mixmaster's gonna take 4 damage. And then over here we got handgun into Bone Crusher, doing 1 hit. Bone Crusher's in gear 3. So he blocks it with a 6. So he's fine there. And then we have the grabber arm on Bone Crusher as well, doing 3 damage. Doing 2 hits. And then Bone Crusher, just try to block it with nothing. So let's look this up. Alright, since I got a hit with the grabber arm, it lets me move my target short range from where he originally started, and I get to choose a new facing. So I think what we're going to do is he's going to just reorient him to here, spin him around. So that way that huge explosive ram is a problem for Mixmaster and not Scavenger. And I think that will do his churn. Alright, up next here is we have Scrapper, who's just going to do, switch hands, he's going to do a gentle churn over here to head towards Long Haul. We get a free shift for the churn, 2 hazards. 2 hazards, 2 shift dice, which is 3 shifts. Same thing, we're going to crank her up to 4th gear, gaining 3 hazards to do so. Alright, and now for weapon-wise, we just have 3 crews, so we're just going to put 3 handguns here into Long Haul. And they all miss. So I believe that will be it. Alright, Up now is we have long haul here. And the long haul here is going to do something pretty clever. We're going to do a hairpin maneuver. Actually, no, we're going to hairpin maneuver this way. Just like that. We're going to roll his 3 handling. What we're going to do is we're going to take a hazard and re-roll. We'll cancel this one. So we're going to shift up 1 and take 2 hazards. Alright, so for long haul here, what we're going to do is, since we can only, it has an improvised sludge thrower, so we can chuck out some drop weapons here. But the problem is I can still only drop 1 weapon a turn. So what we're going to do here is we're going to drop these mines, this mine layer right here for a little minefield, like a clever little trap. And then we're going to put 2 handguns into here. 1 does a crit. And Scrapper's in 4th gear. But he still takes the shot. So he takes 2 damage. And I think that will do it for long haul. Alright. Now we got the gun turrets firing here at the end of the gear phase. So I just put down a bunch of markers so I can remember how many he's getting shot with which. I already did the measurements. So we're going to start here with long arm. I mean, not with long arm. It's confusing names out. With high tower here. He's getting shot from here to here. Taking 1 point of damage. High tower is in gear 2. So he takes the 1 point of damage. Up next here is we have Scrapper. Just in range of this one. So Scrapper's going to take 2 points of damage. Scrapper's in gear 4. So he still takes the 2 damage. Alright, up next after that, we got long haul in range of this one, but just barely. So long haul is going to take 4 points of damage. Oh my. Yeah, this is going to be rough. Long haul is only in gear 2. So luckily he blocks 1, so long haul is going to take 3 damage. Up next here is we got Mixmaster taking shots from this turret here. Doing 2 points of damage. Mixmaster here is in gear 2. So we'll actually take 2 damage. Alright, up next here is we have Bone Crusher actually taking 2 shots from both these turrets. So we're just going to roll them together. Actually, no, we're going to roll them separate just so I can remember. Alright, so from this one here, doing, 4 shots. Alright, Bone Crusher's in gear 3. So he does block 1, so he takes 2 damage. No, I'm saying he blocks 1, so he takes 3 damage for this set. So that's 3. Now for the other turret, 1 point. And nothing. So he's going to take 4 points of damage. And then over here left, we have is Scavenger, who's taking 1 from this shot here. Snake Eyes doesn't take any damage. So that's it. Next to the next gear phase. Alright, we got Bone Crusher here on the pole position now. And Bone Crusher's a pretty simple bot. We're just going to go medium straight. Not even going to roll anything. Just going to go boop. Right into here for a head on, and let me build the dice pools. Alright, we've got the dice pools here. We've got how this is going to work now since it's a head on collision. Is we got the gear that Bone Crusher is in, 3 dice, plus the gear that Mixmaster in is 2, which gives me 5. We've got plus 3 dice because Mixmaster has the, I'm not Mixmaster, Bone Crusher has the perk Battle Hammer, which gives him 1 extra dice per hazard he has, so 3 more. Plus 2 for a ram. And then plus another 6 here for an exploding ram. Against Mixmaster's 2 defense here. So let's roll all this, see what we get. Jiggly, jiggly, jiggly. Alright, picking out anything that's not a 4-up. Oh, and just to make it obvious, he's smashing, Mixmaster is evading. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 hits. Mixmaster, I guess, will attempt to try to make it 10. He does not. So Mixmaster here is going to take 12 damage. Alright, so this is real rough. Mixmaster here took 12 damage blowing it up. However, due to the exploding ram and all the 2s and 1s I rolled, Bone Crusher here is going to take 6 damage as well. As well as they're both taking 2 hazards. So that puts Bone Crusher down only 2 health points left and 5 hazards. However, Mixmaster here has splashback, so it took damage. Since it took damage at the end of the step, we get to make 1d6 attack, which it misses, so whatever. That is it. Mixmaster here is going to wreck, so it's going to go short as it flies through the air, which is pretty much just here, like literally just the other side. If I can get my fat fingers around here. There we go. And then we're going to roll to see if she explodes. Alright, normally I would have to roll, but we have so much ammo left on Mixmaster. It's going to auto-explode. Alright, auto-exploding doing 2d6 damage on everybody in medium range, which is both of these. So we'll start with Bone Crusher here. Bone Crusher taking 1 point of damage. Scavenger here taking 2 points of damage. Alright, Bone Crusher here going to try to evade the damage. He does, actually. Pretty nice. And then Scavenger here will also evade the damage. So just big old crater. Alright, up next here is we have Scavenger. Scavenger is just going to do a gentle churn. And it's just going to try to finish off Bone Crusher here. We get 1 free... No, actually, no. It's just nothing on the template. I don't think we need to roll, so we're just going to cruise in. Beep. It's going to be a little back ram here, and we're going to build some dice pools. Alright, we got our dice pool situated. I fixed a couple problems. Last turn, Bone Crusher here should not have had the hazards added for that, because he was using the ram. This time, however, he's not using his ram, so he'll get it. But we have almost the same dice pools here. We got a tailgate, so they're both getting 1 dice due to gear differentials. Scavenger here is getting to use his ram, which is 2 more dice. Bone Crusher here has 3 hazards for Battle Hammer perk, so he's gonna get 3 more here, and they're both gonna just do smash damage. So we got surprisingly nothing. Somehow Scavenger didn't hit him at all. Need 4s or better. And yet Bone Crusher here in reverse did 5 damage back to Bone Crusher. I mean, back to Scavenger. And they're both going to get 2 hazards for this. No, he has a ram, he will not. So only he'll get hazards. So let me mark the damage and I'll be right back. Alright, and that does it for right here. So we're off to the next one. Alright, up next here is we have Scrapper, who's, I believe the angle's right, he's just going to do the same thing. We're just going to go medium straight. We're not going to roll dice though. We're just going to ram right into him. So we're just going to go boop. And that is going to activate the ram, so let's build a dice pool. Alright, we got our dice pools here. Long Haul is going to evade, and put this as a reminder. Long Haul here is using his perk, Dead Weight to count. So he took 2 hazards, so he's going to count as a heavy class instead of a medium. Scrapper here has got 4 for his current gear, plus 2 for the ram, but then minus 1 because Long Haul here is heavier. So we're going to do damage. Okay, we've got 3 hits. Long haul here is going to defend with blocking 1, actually. So not too bad. So long haul is going to take 2 damage and 1 hazard for evading. No, he's going to take 2 damage, 2 hazards. He's going to take nothing. All right. Now for shooting. Now normally they wouldn't, but Scrapper here has the boarding party perk, so it lets him ignore the distracted rule. So even though he was in a collision, he's still going to shoot everything. So we got an HMG and 1 pistol. We got HMG 1 pistol here at long haul, doing 3 points of damage. Long haul's going to try to evade on 6s. Well, it blocks another one again, so long haul takes 2 more damage. And then that does it for Scrapper. So, all right, up next we have is long haul here. What we're going to try to do is this hard turn. I was debating between a hard turn and a hairpin. I'm not sure. I think a hairpin would hit. I'm really hoping this hard turn could do it. So we're going to try to squeeze out of here. Just like that. Now we need to get rid of hazards, so we're going to roll our 2 handling and hope for shifts. Shoot. I guess we're just going to have to cancel this out. So it doesn't get any worse, but he stays at 5. So we're just going to roll like this. Now he started in close. He started touching something, so the crew is distracted. He can't shoot this turn. But he did get out of it and kind of set up Scrapper here for a nice little hit. So I think that is it for his turn. All right, now we have Hightower here. Hightower is going to do a simple turn. We're going to try to get in between all this and hopefully use that wrecking ball. So we're going to do a regular turn here. I think we're going to roll. We're going to roll 1 shift just to hope we can shift up another gear. We will. So we'll take a hazard. We'll go up to gear 3. We're going to move over here. All right. So what we're going to do here is now for shooting. Hightower is going to try to use the wrecking ball, which hits both of these. So how the wrecking ball works is that every vehicle in short range is going to take a T-bone collision. The targets cannot use rams, weapons, cannot use rams, weapons, perks, anything like that. But neither can, I believe. So Hightower here, it'll give him +2 dice, and it allows Hightower not to take hazards from this. So let's build some dice pools. All right, we got our dice pool set up. Hightower's gonna get 5 dice, current gear plus the wrecking ball. So we're gonna do long haul here first. Taking 2 damage. Long haul is going to evade. And long haul will take 2 damage. 2 damage and 2 hazards for being in a collision. And then we got Scavenger here. Who's going to take 1 point of damage. And he actually will take no damage, but will still take the hazards. So let me get all that, and I'll be right back. All right, we got them all handled. Long haul here is going to wipe out. He's at 7 hazards. Scrapper here is at 5, but Hightower still has 2 more crews. So we're going to shoot handguns into here, and they don't do anything else. So that will do it for Hightower. And then I'm going to get, we're going to do the wipeout here. All right, so first things, do the flip check. Have to roll both. All right, so he's good. He didn't flip. So we're just going to do a medium move straight. Which is going to put him here. Very close to that wall. He's going to go down to gear 1, lose all his hazards. And we're going to get a random new direction, which is not much better. And that will put down for long haul for this wipeout. All right, guys, we got the gun turrets here activating for the arena. We've already marked them out. This one here is doing a shot here and here, and then both of these are doubling up on those two. So let's roll here. First off, we're gonna start with is High Tower here. So High Tower's gonna take 1 point of damage. He's gonna evade with 3, and no, he will take 1 point of damage. So we'll put a dice here. I can come back and mark them. And then we've got Scrapper here, taking 3 points of damage, trying to evade with, oh, nope, he has 4. I'm sorry, he evades with 4. So he will take 2 points of damage. Oh, actually, let me mark these dice. He's going to take 2. And then over here, first hit on Bone Crusher. All right, Bone Crusher here takes 1 point, gonna evade. We'll evade the first one, not too bad. Taking the second shot here. Nothing, so Bone Crusher's good. And then here, we've got nothing. Then the second shot. Ooh, second shot's 3 shots. Gonna roll 3 to evade. And nothing, so he's gonna take 3 damage. So let me tally all these up. All right, we got Scrapper now at pole position. So this is gonna be pretty rough. There's no way about it. We're just gonna drive right through the minefield here. And then we're just gonna hope we roll a bunch of shifts to downgrade this. So we've got 1 free shift from the template, and Scrapper has 2 handling. Shoot. Oh, what are we gonna do? I think we're gonna take a hazard. Oh, we're gonna be boned either way. Yeah, I think that's what our best chance is. We're gonna take a hazard, re-roll these 2, hope we get more shifts. Not too bad. So we're gonna use these 2 shifts to basically cancel 2 shifts from earlier. So that puts them down at 3 hazards. He's gonna go to here. Oops. He is gonna take 1 hazard from this. He's got 1 hazard from a spin, so that's 2. And I think we're gonna line up here just in case. So I'm gonna put 2 dice here. We've got 2 hazards, so it's already got him back up to 5. Now he rode over this minefield, so that's gonna be 4 points of damage. Maybe. No, he takes 3. He's in gear phase 4, so we're gonna try to evade some. No, that's real bad. So he's gonna take 3 damage and 3 hazards because of the minefield. Has the blast rule. So let me be right back. Let me calculate. All right, that puts him up to 9 hazards, so he's definitely gonna wipe out this turn. But we have a little shot here, which just barely misses Bone Crusher, unfortunately. So I think that's it. We're just gonna wipe out here. So we're gonna get all these dice I thought you were gonna shoot was gonna do. All right, so roll to see if we flip. Gear 4. He's in gear 4, so he passes it. So he just does a medium straight. Lose our hazards, go down to gear 1, and we'll gain a new facing. Pretty much exactly the way he was just going. So he basically just spins out, and that does it. All right, up next here we got High Tower, and High Tower is just gonna do a medium straight. We're gonna try to cruise out of the way of some of these turrets. We were gonna roll. Let's see, High Tower only has 2 hazards, so yeah. So High Tower is just gonna cruise. There, and nothing really in range of the weapons, so that will do it for High Tower. Alright, up next here is we have Bone Crusher again. The Bone Crusher is just a monster with that front ram, so we're just going to do the same thing again. Medium, so we're just going to come right in. Boom. Now we're not even going to attempt to roll to remove any hazards. Bone Crusher's at 5 hazards, and it's just going to go all in with a smash attack. So let me build some dice pools. Alright, so Scrapper here is going to evade. And Bone Crusher here is going to go all in. We got 3 for the T-Bone, 2 for the Ram, and another 5 because of his Battle Hammer roll. So we're going to see what we get here. No more Exploding Ram, so we don't care about that. Two, 4, 6, 8. Alright, we got 9 damage here, and we're trying to block 1. Does not. So we're going to take 9 damage here, and they're both going to take 2 hazards. Alright, so Scrapper here is just done and wrecked. So we're going to go short forward first. And go boop. Just going to put him right here. We're going to see if he explodes. He does not. So he just becomes a piece of terrain now. And then over here, we're going to wipe out. See if we flip. We do not. Which means we move a medium short. A medium straight. Straight ahead. We're going to go to gear 1, lose our hazards, get a random new facing. Pretty much just going to put them just like that, and that will do it for Bone Crusher. Alright, up next is we have Scavenger. And Scavenger here is just going to do a nice medium cruise. Just like that. He's got 2 handling, so we're going to try to get rid of some old hazards. What we're going to do is we're going to basically get rid of a previous hazard, but we're going to keep the slide, so it kind of cancels out to the same. Just going to give him a nice slide, just like this. Alright, now for shooting, we're going to put 2 pistols here in the Bone Crusher. One scoring a hit, going to try to evade 1. He does not, so he takes 1 damage here. And then what we're going to do is we really don't like that nasty ram facing us. So we're going to use our grabber arm here to try to grab him. There's no way he can't defend this much. So there's no point of rolling because it doesn't do damage. So we're just going to move him a short amount back. Change our new facing so he can face this way. So now there's no way he's going to be able to hit me with that thing. And I think that will do it for Scavenger. Alright, so it seems Hightower here is the only one getting shot by the table turrets here. So we're just going to go ahead and do 1 point of damage. Hightower is going to evade. Does not, so Hightower takes 1 point. Alright, gear phase 4. All we have here is Scavenger. So Scavenger's just going to do a medium cruise. Like this. And I get 1 free shift from a medium. And he's got 2 more. So I think what we're going to try to do here is get rid of some old hazards. And we will do that. We'll actually get rid of all 3. Which will bring him down to 1 hazard. We're just going to cruise just like this. Alright, now back to weapons. We're just going to put everything here in the Hightower. The heavy machine gun just barely clips him, so we're going to roll the heavy machine gun and the pistol together. There's no difference here. We're going to do is 1 point of damage. With 3 to block. So 1 gets through. And now we're going to try to attempt Hightower here with a grabbing arm. It does 3 hits. Gonna try to defend. Blocks 1, so it does grab him. So what we're gonna do, just gonna kind of try to throw him here into the turrets. So we're just gonna kind of move him short here. And I don't really care about the facing, so we'll just keep the facing the way it is. And that will do it for Hightower. I mean, not for Hightower, for Scavenger. Alright, we're back here again with the arena activation. So we've got Hightower here, the only one getting shot with these 2. So we got the first gun turret here doing nothing. Second gun turret doing 2 shots. Hightower can evade on 3s, which he will, and he'll take 1 point of damage. Alright, back here at the top with the gear phase. So we're going to start here with long haul in pole position. The long haul here is just going to do a reverse hairpin to try to get back in this game. He is going to roll his 2 handling to try to gear up. That is not going to work. What we're going to do is we'll take a hazard. We're going to re-roll 1. I guess we're just going to spin. So we're going to get 3 hazards for no reason. So here, and we're going to spin like this. And we'll take 3 hazards. And then for weapons, none of the pistols are in range. So we're going to use our sludge thrower here to chuck this mine dropper up to medium away. And hopefully that will get somebody. And that should do it for long haul. Alright, now we got Hightower. First time I've got to use Hightower's ability now is Hightower has a taunt, which means we get to roll a shift dice on a target. We're going to choose him here. And as long as I don't roll it, if I roll anything but a shift, I have to put it on his dashboard, and he has to use it next turn. So let's see what we get. Okay, so who is that? The Scavenger. So Scavenger has to use this hazard next turn. Can't get rid of it. Stuck with it. So that's pretty cool. But now for movement, I think we're going to do a hairpin. I think, looking at this, I think we can squeeze this right in. Because I don't want to ram. And then we're going to do... there's no need to even roll. So we're not going to. We're going to be safe here. We're going to go boop. We're going to hairpin here. Alright, then we have 3 crew. So we're going to shoot 2 pistols here and a wrecking ball. So we're just going to do everything. So we got the 2 pistols. Doing nothing. And then I'll build up the dice pool here for a T-bone. Alright, we're going to try to hit him here with a wrecking ball. That is, ooh, very good. 2, 4, 6 hits. Scavenger here has to evade. Doesn't evade anything, so he's going to take 6 hits and 2 hazards. Alright, doing the math here, that's a wreck on Scavenger. So Scavenger's going to go short forward, which is going to clink him in the back here, which will cause a collision. So now I need to do another dice pool. Alright, so it's not much. Hightower here is going to try to evade, because it's really not worth hitting him back. He's already dead. So, ooh, 4 hits. Evading with 3. We'll block 1. So Hightower here is going to take 3 damage and 2 hazards. Alright, and then Scavenger here doesn't have any ammunition tokens, so on a 6 he'll explode. He does not. So he is just another wreck here. And that does it for this turn. Alright, up next here we have his Bone Crusher here, with his just chugging along at his 1 hit point left. But he can do some massive damage. So we're just going to do a gentle churn. Just like this. We're going to get a free shift for the template. And he needs to gear up so he can get going. So we're going to do 2 here. This is what we're going to do. We're going to cancel this slide because that'll take them off the table. We'll keep the shift, go up to gear 2, and gain a hazard. Just like that. Alright, Bone Crusher's to shoot all 3 pistols here in the high tower. So first pistol doesn't hit. Second pistol does not hit. And third pistol actually does hit. He's going to defend with 3. And he doesn't. He'll take his 1 point of damage. And then that does it for Bone Crusher's turn. Alright, nothing is in range of the arena turrets. So next phase. Alright, we're back up at pole position. This time high tower has it. So high tower is just going to do a normal turn here. And we're going to roll a shift. Just one, try to get rid of, hopefully we roll a shift and get rid of a hazard. We do, so we'll get rid of 1 hazard. And we're just going to... Fat fingers. It's really hard to do it here holding your camera. Alright, long haul here is out of range of the wrecking ball, so we're just going to shoot 3 handguns. So first handgun hits with a 5. Long haul is in gear 1, so he'll take 1 point of damage. Second one is another hit, another damage, and a miss. So long haul here is going to take 2 damage. And that will do it for high tower. Alright, up next here is we have Bone Crusher. So Bone Crusher is just going to do a normal turn. We're just going to try to serpentine right through this hot mess. He's going to roll 2 shifts. Going to try to shift up another gear and keep going. Actually, he does that double shift. So we're going to shift up 1 and remove 1 of our hazards. So that just kind of cancel those out. So he's going to park up here. Alright, as far as weapons, Bone Crusher here is going to put all 3 handguns into high tower. So first shot is a... Oops. Is a 3, so it didn't hit. Second shot is actually a crit, so we're going to evade. No, it takes 2 points of damage on high tower. And then the last shot is a miss. And that will do it for Bone Crusher. Alright, we're here with the arena turns again. The only one barely in range from like really just the track guards is high tower here. So single shots. Ooh, doing 4 damage. That could actually kill him. Trying to evade. And no, that's going to be the death of high tower. High tower dies from the arena itself. So we're going to do a short straight, which I'll put him here. See if he explodes on a 6. He does not. So it's just another wreck. Alright, back up here at the top of the gear phase. Right now we've got Bone Crusher here with pole position. And pretty much all we have left to surprise is Bone Crusher and Long Haul. Mainly because Long Haul was over here hanging out for half the game. But they are both now at 1 hit point. So it's really just... I feel like if Long Haul can keep distance and keep just plopping down templates, he'll take the game. But we'll see what happens. Because that Bone Crusher here is a nightmare. So what we're going to do here with his movement is just pretty easy. We're just going to kind of scoot around this minefield here. And he's only got 1 hazard. He's in 3rd gear. There's no real reason to roll any dice. So we're just going to kind of chug along here. And then Bone Crusher here is going to shoot all 3 handguns in a long haul. And this could actually win the game, really. So see what happens. First shot is a hit. He does evade it. Second shot, nope. Third shot, no. So that is all Bone Crusher has this turn. All right. Apparently, I didn't notice. Long Haul here is in gear 1 because he never went up. So we're at the end of the gear phase now. We got turrets to activate. So he's going to do a 2d6 shot here on Bone Crusher. Doing a crit, 2 shots. And then going to evade. No, Bone Crusher's going to take 2 damage, which is going to destroy Bone Crusher. So he's going to move up a little short. See if he wrecks. He wrecked. See if he explodes. On a 6 up, he explodes. He does not. So, surprisingly, Long Haul actually wins the game, even though Bone Crusher basically just wiped the table with most people. So, thanks for watching, guys. Oh, what you guys are doing in my stack fridge out here in the backyard. But since you're out here, let me straighten you up a little bit. Since you're out here, let me ask you a couple questions. You like buying custom cars and whatnot? Do you like promoting small YouTube channels as myself? I don't know, maybe you just like buying some cool merch? Or perhaps even, do you enjoy some smooth jazz? Either way, open up an Etsy shop, just selling off all the builds to help promote the channel, because I'm never going to use them in the games anyway. So I'm going to throw the link down in the description of the videos now. I got cool cars. Anything you see on the channel, buy it if you want. I'm thinking about adding some stickers and custom dice maybe later on. I got a message system set up, so if you want some commissions, like commission terrain or other, you can hit me up there too. So I think that's it for my short little ad shelling out my thing. So I'm gonna grab my cheesy sticks and this Bex, and I'm out of here. See you later.